Joshua Tree area. There's that pool in Reseda.
We're showing the water jumping in the pool in Reseda this morning when this quake took place.
The quake as felt by a pool.
Yes, 2:46 this morning, and now we jump down to Seal Beach, where you can see transformers blowing up in the night, lighting up the night sky. We're told between 5,000 and 10,000 folks lost electricity in the greater LA area. But according to the LA City Fire Department, there doesn't appear to be any great problem at this point. Apparently, they've gotten the power restored to many or all of those folks. And Kurt, now we're back to the train.
Four minor injuries from this train, and a very lucky situation for the 155 passengers on board. And let's find out if we've got some, I think we've got some information coming in from Caltech. Marta Waller is out there live. Good morning, Marta.
Good morning. And yeah, the information that's coming in is basically a little bit of an enhancement on what we have been hearing. If you look over shoulder, you can see that we have a couple of new maps. You can see the intensity maps, and also the one that is of most interest right now, probably to most of our viewers, is the community internet intensity map. And that is the map that shows what people have felt. And across the bottom, there's a sort of a scale. It's a little bit of a legend, and the yellow says that that is a strong earthquake, and then as it gets more of a mustard color, it is considered very strong. And that's what we're hearing from people who are reporting in. And if you look, you can see that that map goes all the way down to Riverside and Palmdale. It moves all the way down. I mean, people could feel this all the way out to the coast, and we have talked to people from everywhere, and we've all heard about it. But the interesting thing about this is that this is what people are reporting as opposed to what Caltech is actually measuring with the seismographs. And even though it's very much the same, you see that there are little pockets of more intensity and little pockets of less intensity, and yet the two maps together, and if Tom can show us the two of them together, you can see that even though they are completely different maps, they still sort of show you the same basic area, and what people are reporting is very similar to what they see in terms of seismographs. But for right now, we know that the seismologists and geologists are on their way out to the 29 Palms area. They will probably start out somewhere in the vicinity of where the train derailed, because it stands to reason that that train may very well have derailed as a result of the ground movement, and they're hoping to find something really concrete out there, if you will, that will allow them to see how deep the earthquake is and what kind of a fault line it is, and just exactly what happened and how deep into the ground this earthquake goes. But the amazing thing is that it's a 7.0 earthquake, and the damage and injury is very, very low. So we were very
as they go out onto the city streets there and await word. We did see some emergency vehicles go by. People just
debate for years. We're talking about water.
Morning, Les.
Good morning again, Artie and Deborah, and good morning, everyone. Of course, the other top story, an agreement
for her and her family, and she's certainly hoping that it doesn't happen again.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we're getting some video into Eyewitness News now, and we'll see if we can go to that in just a second or two. This is in El Monte, where we're told there was a fire here. It looks like it might have even been the garage, I guess, but we're not certain if this was related to the earthquake or not, but it did occur this morning at about roughly the same time. This is El Monte. Unknown if there were any injuries here or anything associated with that, but this was a fire in the El Monte area, and so that's what we're looking at here. And it could very well have been related to the earthquake. We don't know what the circumstances might have been, but this is videotape we're getting in. This is the only fire we've heard about at this point thus far this morning.
Well, Mark, apparently it was connected to downed power lines, and authorities were happy to report that no one was hurt in that fire, but there does appear to be some connection, making it very difficult for authorities when you do have a major earthquake and those spot fires break out, trying to get to so many places at once. This is fortunate. It appears to be an isolated instance.
Yeah. And this is why, you know, when in the wake of an earthquake, you will see emergency vehicles out on the street.